everybody. This is your girl Z, and welcome to Ships, the relationships show where we chronicle the difficult and hidden world of true to life relationships. What's up, squad?
Hey.
How y'all be? Everybody good?
Very well.
Yes.
Very well.
All right. Dr. Jose, how was your week?
Man, it's been a wonderful week, and I'm ready to get into some of this juicy topics for today.
I know, right? It's gonna be good. All right, Pastor Rick, how you doing?
I'm excited because today we're going to touch on a topic. I won't say it, but it's a topic that's needed for dating. Big time. I'm excited about that one.
Okay. All right, Janine.
I'm here. I'm ready. I could
You
never
ready?
get tired of talking about love and relationships.
I know that's right? So y'all like, just hurry up, Zondra, get through the opening. So I know y'all, it's so good. So we're gonna just kick it into message in the bottle. Roll it.
Message in a bottle, baby. Yeah.
That's good.
You gonna get a record contract. Roman, I don't know about Roman, your son. I know,
Hosea,
Andre Crouch was with him, but I think
Jose. That's it. Trust me. You're not getting a record contract.
I have hope.
No, these
have
days with some of the non-singers that have hits,
I have hope.
That part.
Can't sing
If
at
you
all.
can breathe, you can get a record contract nowadays.
Hey, all I'm gonna say on that is this: Keith Sweat still going strong, bro.
Keith Sweat can sing. Leave him alone. Keith,
Still dropping new singles.
Me and you. Keith, me and you. Anyway, message in the bottom. I'm so excited, guys.
Let's go.
This
All right.
topic, this is from an anonymous person. And again, guys, send in your letters before I start reading. Send in your letters to betterfliesentertainment@gmail.com, and I'll have the address on the screen for you. And also Zondra S as in Sam Wilson @yahoo.com for those of you who want to send it to my personal email. I will get it, bring it to the squad. And then, guys, we're going to have some prizes and all kinds of stuff. So you want to get all of your letters in. We're going to do a little drawing. And if we read your letter, you're going to get an amazing prize. So, and again, like, subscribe, and share our videos. So important. Tell your friends about us. If there's some topics you want us to talk about, hit us up. We're open. We're not going to bite. So send us your ideas or topics and things like that. So, okay, guys.
Let's go.
Okay, here you guys. Okay. Boyfriend won't take me out. So this is interesting, guys. Dear Ship Squad, my boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years and we do not go on dates anymore. I've told him I would like to be taken out or plan date nights together. And he said, we're 3 years in, that is the honeymoon phase. You just want to be taken out on expensive dates, and I can't do that. That is normal. This is what she said, the boyfriend said. He twists my words and makes me look like I'm asking for certain things that I'm not. I've explained that date nights can be as simple as staying in and cooking together or playing board games. I feel it's important to put aside at least an hour of your time once a week to put away your phone and turn off the TVs and just be with your partner and enjoying their company. He absolutely refuses to do anything with me. When the rare occasion occurs that we go out, he is on his phone the whole time and disengaged. I've suggested going to see a movie that recently came out and he originally said he wanted to go, but then proceeded to give me the runaround when he picked me up to go. We ended up not going. Valentine's Day is coming up, is coming up, and he has not said a word about it. And I've decided to hold off on saying anything. A man should know a woman would appreciate being taken out or gifted flowers, and I want to see what effort he makes. I'm tired of planning all these dates that fall through, so I'm leaving it to him. Any advice?
Anyone want to bite?
I want to start with Miss Janine. So Miss Janine, because let me get my tea.
Okay. Something has changed. I feel like there may be some important information missing, but something's changed. And he could be in another relationship. I don't know. But it seems like things were fine. And then it's like
I know, right?
it's like a single mother and a bachelor
Yep.
are in a relationship together. They're just not on the same page. I don't know if maybe some things have changed with her. I don't know, but there's a disconnect, and for some reason, it's not being discussed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think if you just on the friendship level, when you care about somebody, and that's your friend, your ace, boon, coon, chili, utmost partner in crime,
Right.
you communicate with them, you want to be with them, you want to hang out with them, you are okay with going out in public places together. You don't just shut down. So I don't know if maybe initially she was serving a particular purpose and he no longer needs that served. But he is
I know
not,
what the purpose is.
he's not invested anymore. And it sounds like he doesn't want to be. And at that point, is there anything to talk about?
All right. Okay. Go ahead, Pastor Rick.
One thought. Side chick.
Wait a minute. Did she go from the main chick to the side chick, or was she always the side chick?
Done. 3 years he has not taken her out. So she might have been a looker then. I'm just being real.
Oh,
Not a looker now. Or
3 years. Pastor Rick, 3 years.
Things have grown apart. He has a side chick. He has not taken her out in 3 years, number one. Number two, Valentine's Day has come up and he has not mentioned it. She is not on the agenda. She's not on the agenda. We're not going out to eat because we haven't been out in 3 years anyway. So, in my opinion, I think this dude has a side chick. He just buying time.
Why don't he just end it?
Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Now, first, let me start by saying she's probably more upset now because Valentine's Day done came and gone. She wrote this letter before the 14th. So they might be broke up by now. But anywho, to get to the point is this. To Janine's point, something has changed. Yeah, something has changed. Watch this. With her.
What do you mean?
Nothing has changed with him. Case in point, for number one, she mentioned, if I'm correct, and what I heard in the letter, in the beginning of the relationship, they were going out and things. Because I think she said, he doesn't take me out anymore. Like it stopped. Right. Now it's been 3 years. For one, you ain't said nothing in 3 years. Now let me tell you what that's communicated to him. We're good.
Right.
The door that squeaks is the only one that gets greased. It's been 3 years. We've been rocking like this. We've been good. Now, all of a sudden, you telling me you're not good with it. So he's looking at, you're changing. I'm not. If I took you out the first 6 months, I didn't take you out the next 6 months. That was 1 year. I didn't take you out the next 6 months. That was 1.5 years. I didn't take you out the next 6 months. That was 2 years. I didn't take you out the 6 months. That was 2.5 years. I didn't take you out the next 6 months. That's 3 years. Now you're telling me you're not happy with this. At what point? Because he's been consistent. Now I understand what you're saying, but this happens a lot. And what I'm trying to communicate, yes, it does. What I'm trying to communicate to ladies, quit being silent, expecting something to change.
She is speaking up.
3 years later. It's a habit. It's the way it moves, because this is what you got to understand. A lot of men, I'm not just fine, yeah, they're stupid. But what I'm trying to tell you, a lot of men are ignorant. In his mind, watch this, stay with me. In his mind, I'm your man. I go to bed with you every night. I wake up with you every morning. I pay this light bill every week. I pay this electric bill. I cover you. I protect you. I provide for you. What the heck more you want from me? Now, in his mind, because a lot of men are good at getting a woman because a lot of them were only raised by a woman, but they're not good at keeping one because they never saw that in the household. So they know how to smell good. They know how to look good. They know how to wine and dine. Now, when you're talking about the consistent long term, they ain't never seen a man long term. They don't know what that looks like. He just shot his best shot. So I'm thinking she's very late to be having this communication. It's unlikely to change this late in the game. She should have continued this when you went that first month or that first 2 months without going out. We should have been talking about it then until it came to this. Good
so
luck.
what's her solution? What's her solution? So she's
Good
asking
luck.
us for advice.
Because I wonder if we're looking at a 3-year period of time. At what point did things really change? Was it more recently? Was it 6 months? Was it a year in? When did things actually change? And
you know what, guys? She said they've been together. Let me check this out.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
They've been together 3 years, Pastor, and they said we don't go on dates anymore. She doesn't say when it started.
See,
when
that's maybe leaving out information that's valuable for us to give you an accurate answer. Because I'm assuming it stopped not too much less than 3 years ago.
And I'm assuming that they went on for longer than that, and then it just stopped for one reason or another. It stopped. Like, you can commit to date night, right? Okay, so every Friday night will be date night, and all it takes is something to happen, and you miss date night. Yeah. And then something else happens, like, well, we didn't go last week, so we're okay. And then you look up, and weeks have passed, months have passed, and something keeps coming up. And you put those some things ahead of date night, and you don't keep it as something that's a priority. You look up and you haven't gone on date night in a long time.
But here's the point. Here's the problem with it, Janine, and this is where I'm trying to help women that go through this. Women often assume that what they have a problem with, he has a problem with. And that's a very big mistake, because you assume, everybody know that if you ain't going out, no. You know. See, I think you underestimate the ignorance of men. You're not getting it. Oftentimes, men are fine.
I believe that y'all can always surprise me.
Men are fine with going to work, providing for you, and coming home and waking up and doing it again, especially when that's more than he could have ever wished he had at home. So this extra stuff, he's not conscious of it. You know how I became, and I'll speak for me. I've been conscious of it for a very long time now, but you know how I became conscious? I read books. I went to seminars. I studied this stuff.
The women didn't just tell you?
Now they bring a change. I'm like, you stupid, you tripping. All that I'm doing for you, you crazy. You ain't never satisfied. That was me. Cause I'm like, what are you talking about? You got a good man and you complaining? Cause we don't think alike. All depending on our rearing and upbringing and things of this nature. Yeah. I learned this stuff. Most relationships don't fall apart for the lack of love. They fall apart for the lack of knowledge.
And communication.
Now, quick.
Good. Okay, Pastor Rick.
Husband moment. First year anniversary. I planned absolutely nothing.
And what happened?
My wife went in on me.
See?
Because I said, we're going to church.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to church. What's the problem?
We can be trained.
So what's the problem? We're going to love Jesus. Yes. And she was hot as fish grease. Yeah. So we had to plan a quick trip to Santa Barbara. We had a wonderful time. She was happy, and I was happy I didn't mess up our first year anniversary.
Can I ask you a question, Pastor Rick? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If y'all had just went to church for 3 years straight, and on the 4th year she complained, would you have not been confused?
I would have been very confused.
That's all I'm saying. See, she nipped
No,
it
we're
in the
like
bud.
that. It's true.
She nipped it in the bud.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right.
That's what men
Yeah,
have to
okay.
work.
All right. So I guess the consensus is that should she have a conversation with them, or should she just move
No,
on?
my consensus is that she needs to find another boyfriend because he's cheating on her. Just saying.
And at this point, because yeah, it probably is too little too late, she can have a conversation, but it don't need to be an attack. Here's the type of conversation she needs to have, if she's gonna have one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, babe, I want to apologize. I realized that I've been holding you accountable to something I hadn't fully disclosed as it relates to my desires.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's my fault, because I just assumed that you knew what I wanted. This is what's important to me, and it's not your fault for me not communicating it. But now I'm trying to make up, and I'm asking if we can implement a month.
And ladies, it's how you communicate it.
It's how.
It's how you communicate it.
That's fair enough.
Started it by not blaming him. Did you notice I did?
Negro should have
By
known.
herself. And then, if nothing changes after a conversation like that,
Yeah.
then she should bow out.
Mm-hmm.
Because keep in mind, they're boyfriend and girlfriend. Don't forget that. They're not married.
Yeah, they're not
Right.
married.
All right.
So he's not providing for her and all
There you
that
go.
kind of stuff.
How do you know?
We don't know.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
we
they're
don't
living
know.
together.
We don't know that he is. We don't know that he's not.
That's true.
Good point.
Okay, so here's another one. So many good letters. Okay. It's no secret that there's a shortage of good men to go around. It's hard out in these streets. I recently connected with a guy I met a long time ago when he was dating my friend. Said friend is now happily married with 3 kids and another one on the way. I've been holding it down in Singlesville, but I'm ready to relocate. The dude is smart, funny, kind, has a good job, and a legit side hustle. He has a bit of a jerk back. He was a bit of a jerk back then, which is why things didn't work out with my friend. Guess he just needed to grow up, and that he has. I'm sorry. I'm really feeling him. So far, we've met up for coffee and drinks. Last night, we went out to dinner, and the combo was lit. We talked for hours and even closed down the restaurant. My other friends say I'm breaking girl code, but my friend moved on, so why can't he move on with me? I'm afraid that I could lose something potentially special because of this rule. What should I do? Girl, I got a lot to say, but I'm going to let y'all weigh in.
Oh,
I got a lot. This is where the unicorn
first?
may come out. All right, I'll start since it's crickets. I don't date my friends, someone that my girlfriends dated. I had a friend, this guy that I dated back in college, and he was a jerk.
we can't hear you, Pastor Brett.
Oh,
Let me ask you this question really quick.
Okay.
Before you move forward, I apologize.
No, you can go.
Do women have a girl code when it comes down to that?
Yes. I mean, the girls I hang with, I don't do that. And I don't hang with people that do that.
Guys have a guy code. Well, I'll say
Yeah, I don't
our
do that.
generation has a guy code. I don't know about the new generation.
Now let me say this, because I actually had this happen to me where a really good friend of mine, I've seen it happen two sides, where I was dating this guy, he was a jerk. That's what I was looking like. Did I write this letter and send it in? I was dating this guy, fine as wine. Actually, his name, he passed away. He was a jerk, so we broke up. And so a girlfriend of mine, she came to me before she started dating him. She was like, see, she was a close friend. She wasn't some random, she was like, Zondra, I've had this, even my ex-husband, because I was dating a girl. A girl liked him that I was real cool with. So he told me that. She didn't know. So I went to him. I was like, you need to talk to her and see. Then I would then talk to her, because she never disclosed that to me. He did. But my girlfriend came to me and she was like, Zondra, just want to let you know, Way asked me out. I wanted to talk. I'm like, girl, better you than me. Gave her my blessing. She's one of my to this day, really, really, really good friend of mine. But I've had friends that say that's stupid. If you're not together, it's shortage of good men. It didn't work out. My thing is just go to the person. Then this is the other thing, and I'm gonna let you guys talk with women, guys, with women. And let's just say I was feeling a brother. He ain't like me, which is what happened with my husband. So my other friend liked at the time my husband, but he wasn't feeling her. And so that's why he didn't bite, I guess. But I still was like, you gotta go and talk, clean that up. Cause it's gonna be awkward. You know what I'm saying? So it does happen to where some women with our that's my husband mess, where like, sis, if he's not interested in you, then he's open season. He don't want you, Now it gets complicated if you guys don't want her and you slept with her and all that kind of stuff. That's why it gets all kind of murky when sex has been introduced. So that's my take. All right, come on, y'all, jump in.
Who's that?
Janine, come on, Janine. Who's next?
I certainly understand girl code, and I have operated under the guise of girl code. But that was when I was like in my 20s, 30s, right? Now, when we're talking about trying to find somebody, you in your 40s, you're in your 50s, we're saying there's a shortage.
Yeah.
Can we afford to say all these dudes over here it's off limits? I'm just saying, realistically, can we afford to say that that's off limits? Can we work something out? Can we say, I know that Michael wasn't your cup of tea. I don't even like tea. I like coffee. Do you mind?
Oh, yeah, that's different. You asked.
So you still ask?
I think
it is a close friend.
I think you do need to have that conversation, because the last thing you want to do is put someone who you say is your friend in a situation where you come up with your new boo thing, you all hugged up, and you know that, you may need to pray the soul ties that they have off of him before you go any further, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think I think we need to revisit girl code. I don't think we can afford to okay.
Guy code.
I don't think we should do that.
Right. I don't date friend girlfriend. It's just awkward. Maybe because I've had the experiences and I've had a girlfriend that was cool with her. They were really good friends, and so she started dating a guy. She actually took the guy from her friend. That was messy, but we didn't know it until way later. And a guy can't be taken if he didn't want to be, But it was just, we're like, really? Like,
that's a different situation than this letter, though.
Yeah. And I'm not saying
anyway,
being out of line and crazy and I'll take your man and all that kind of stuff. But I'm saying, like, in that letter, the friend moved on, married, 3 kids, the 4th one on the way.
Yeah.
She's in a good place.
Yeah.
I think that she should be able to go to her and say, hey,
oh yeah,
I'm interested in your leftovers.
Well, I'll weigh in from there because
I agree.
I agree. Me made a lot of excellent points. Funny when you say this ain't us in high school,
right?
And there's only so many people in our class.
Yeah, because everybody dying off.
It's only so many. This years later, we 40, we 50, we in a whole nother state.
Right.
Please.
And it was really funny when you say all of them is off limits. Some of y'all was active. How many did I just put off limits?
Right.
So it's a whole 100
Thank you.
people. Just because you was active.
Come on. And I'm not even getting into a body count. I'm just saying some of us have those friends that have never been without a man ever.
I got you.
Yeah, I have a couple
Ever.
of them.
Here is my take. Here's my
I got
take.
you, Janine.
And I think you really always said, I'm really kind of echoing you. It's not the what, it's the how. For one, if this is a situation, like if we're talking about the girl in her letter, this girl then got married. She's on her 4th child. She has a whole family. This is so much a part of her past. This is no longer even a possibility for her, not a godly possibility anyway.
Right.
And now here this girl, they're in 2 different places in life. I'm assuming this has been at least over 10 years ago if she done got married and 4 kids later, or it's been quite a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that she's saying, what should she do? My thing to her is what you should do is talk to your friend. Hey, girl, I love you. We've always been close. and I never want that to change because I appreciate your friendship, which is why I'm coming to you to ask you something that's a little awkward for me. You remember Michael? You know, I know how it went down between y'all because he was a pain in the butt. Well, you know, girl, a lot of things have changed. He's matured and he's actually asked me out. And I kind of like, we hung out, nothing serious.
Mhm.
But I'm kind of wanting to see if there's something here. But before I even move another step, I want to talk with you, and I want you to know, and that's the only thing she can do to avoid being awkward. Do
Yeah.
I think she should not consider it? No, I think that's foolish. That's foolish that we hold people down to a part in our lives when we were on a whole nother level. And you know what I'm saying? It gets messy though when things are being secretly and it's being exposed another way. I'm always about having a
Right.
conversation. And now she should give you her blessing. If she doesn't, that still ain't your problem. You came to her correct.
So true.
Right.
Move forward with your life. You can't have a whole husband and 3 kids and then want to keep me over here lonely with something that you can't even touch no more.
I had a similar issue.
Um,
Well, no, real quick. So this guy liked Mrs. I say Colette at the time before we were married. And we were friends. Colette and I were friends, nothing going on and so forth. I knew he had liked her before, but he moved on to another girl.
oh yeah.
Guy wrote. I went to him because I was feeling Mrs. Arce. I said, hey, bro, look, I know you pretty much had a liking towards her. I know you moved on. I'm asking you, is it okay pretty much if I ask her out? My boy. This dude turned around and told me, oh, no, she's going to go out with you. I was like, so I'm going to ask her out now. That's what you just told me. Because when you told me that she's not going to go out with me, all bets are off. I'm done. Yeah. So I literally went to her, asked her out. He was mad. And I'm like, but you moved on.
It doesn't matter, Rick. The moment you had that conversation with him,
Yeah.
you cleared yourself
I
of
sure
anything foul.
Yeah.
That was respect.
Yeah.
So the moment you had that, it's not your responsibility that he's selfish.
Absolutely.
It ain't your responsibility.
And greedy.
And greedy. And
Keep
insecure.
all the honeys. Keep all the honeys.
Yeah.
All due respect, you look like a hermit. Look, there was no competition. Straight up.
Then he knew that.
Hey,
He knew that.
Yes.
Okay. If God has put it in your heart, the passion or desire for marriage, and you meet an amazing guy from your past. Y'all never did, never nothing but other than friendship, maybe high school. And now he literally is every box that you've prayed about. You can check every box off with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when you was in high school, he went to prom with your best friend because they was dating. Is he still off limits today?
I said I would have a conversation with her. I was thinking of Angel. I'm
know,
trying to
but
put
you
that in.
was
I would go.
saying, but
No,
me, I just don't do that. That's girl. I don't date
No,
nobody.
if it's a,
You was also
this is
saying
what I'm
that.
saying. This is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna just somebody I still talk to from high school. Let's say it was my girl Cheryl. And let's say it was the guy that she dated. I would go to Cheryl and I would ask her. That would mean that means something to me. If it's awkward.
I'm with you.
I
You
would be
clarifying. I was going by before when you was like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I don't do that. That's girl code. I ain't dating nobody. My girl dated.
Oh,
so
yeah,
there are
yeah.
exceptions to the rule.
If I go to her and I ask her, and it's still just because Cheryl means more to me, I guess. So if it's an issue and if I feel that it's a legitimate issue, I won't date him.
What if it's not legitimate? What if Cheryl
Then
is married with 4 kids?
tripping. If she tripping or something like that, then I would disregard her and I would date him. But if it's a legitimate something, I would not. I won't. Because there's a lot of things that happened back then that's legitimate.
Right. It sounds like then that we all in agreement on what this girl should do.
Yeah.
And let's go and talk to your girl.
Yeah, don't just be. And some people, and I guess let me say this: I've talked to some girls where they think it's stupid to even go to the person. It can be somebody you just dated last week, or you just broke up with. Let's say you just like the Rihanna J-Lo thing, where I think Rihanna was dating Drake, and Rihanna and J-Lo was real close, and then Rihanna and Drake were on again, off again, and then J-Lo slid in. Y'all don't follow the celebrity gossip. See, I do.
I don't know nothing about none of that.
But that's some of the stuff that goes on now. This letter was more of a clean version, but a lot of the stuff is where you got on again, off again. People are still humping around, and then you got somebody else that slide in.
They just have to.
That happens a lot. That happens a lot.
They just have to press. They just.
Yes.
Okay, I think it might be time. Are we gonna do another letter?
I think we ran out of time because it's so good. But before we go on to our next segment, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and share our videos, Butterflies Entertainment at gmail.com. I'm so excited. Get your letters in. You see the stuff that we go through. We take time to dissect letters for you. Again, get them in. We got some prizes coming up that we're going to give away. So make sure you hit us up, like, subscribe, share Butterflies Entertainment on our YouTube channel. We're going to be there exclusively coming up real soon. So, guys, make sure you go over and subscribe and like our channel.
Hey,
guys.
Can the guests, or rather, can we win prizes too? No?
No, you're going to have to pay for the prizes to get to
No, well,
we get to buy them.
You get to buy them.
Yes.
Cool stuff. Okay, guys. Really nice. Okay, so Dr. Jose Collins said that I hate dating. So this segment is called Hate Dating. And he's right. I don't like to date. I don't like the beginning stages of dating. Honest to God, I really don't. I just want to get just right down to it. You tell me what you tell me what you need. I tell you what, I don't want all this in between. And that's the honest to God's truth. I don't like all of the fluff and the lead up.
You mean getting to know them?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Let's just sit down and have a conversation and just talk. And you tell me everything, and I'll tell you everything. And then we see if we want to go to the next step.
Well, this is what you do. Find a man.
On what planet does it happen like that?
It don't. That's why I hate dating.
Help you. Find a man who has written an autobiography. Read it first.
Please.
And go on the date.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
That's why I'm here. Before you take them on a date.
That's all.
But Dr. Jose, you gave me the best advice, guy. You really did, and you were like, you was like, just go out and have fun, and I did. I went out and I was just having. But this was with a guy I wasn't thinking of dating at the time. It was the best decision I think that it really literally changed my life when it came to how I noticed how I'm like my feelings changed because I was just like dating. That wasn't even dating. We were just hanging out. There was no expectations.
That's
none.
Right. But
like
let me
never.
give a disclaimer. I need to give a disclaimer.
Oh.
Some of you, that advice I gave her don't fit you. But some of you already ain't doing nothing but having fun. I know she was going on a date like it was a job interview. So I needed to loosen her up, but that don't apply to everybody. Give that disclaimer.
But okay, so but Zondra, let me ask, because dating it kind of looks different now. Mm-hmm. There's the whole internet, online dating apps, and you put in a picture from 15 years ago, right? And I like long walks on the beach, and I read books, and all the lies that people put up there. So I can see how that could be. I don't like that part. So when you say you don't like dating, what specifically are you talking about?
I don't like the. I really just like let's just get down to it.
All right. Well, what do you don't like?
Meaning, like, I don't use the term.
Oh, I can tell you.
What do you think I'm thinking?
She don't like having to sit down with you, ask a million questions, wait to see how honest you are or not, go on a second date to find out something was wrong, to then realize this ain't what I want, for her to risk scaring you off because he thought he was in an interrogation and that's not what she was doing, and da da da. It's the way she approached it, though. See, the problem wasn't dating. It's how she was dating. Like, she wanted to know at the end of that night, are you my new baby daddy? Or how long are we going to be married? How many kids are we going to have? And what age are we retiring? She wanted to know all of that by the end of the day.
No, this is what I wanted to know. You close though. I did want to know, like, no, these are some fair questions. I do want to know how many kids you got, if you were married before, if you're divorced. How long it's been since you dated the last time? So tell me about, what is your purpose? What is your future look like? You know,
you got his credit score.
Yeah. You know, so yeah, so at my age, I'm too old to be sitting around
waiting. You got his rap sheet.
Yeah, you been to jail before? No,
but Zondra,
you got his baby mama count.
The beginning,
yeah, some of those are deal breakers, Janine. Let me just throw that.
I understand the deal breakers, but the beginning part, like with all the different stages of a relationship, you don't want to skip over any of them. You want that beginning part where you're getting to know each other and you're learning things.
I want to know what I want to know.
But what's the problem? That ain't even the biggest problem. The biggest problem, y'all, is how she was getting this. It wasn't casual conversation where, you know, you're kind of talking over dinner and, so how are they? So you like kids? Oh, you have, how many kids you have? Oh my gosh, she's adorable. It wasn't that. Wait a minute. How many kids you got? How old are they? Now, is this the same women, two women? So how old was you when you had the first one? It was like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't that bad.
And on the second date, correct me if I'm wrong, D, on the second date, you try to find out what they lied about on the first date.
A lot of times they ain't make it to the second date. That's like
he was like, you know what? I'm good. Look, he was like, you know what? Check, please. No, it was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. You walk home.
Look, but you remind me of my PO.
That's the time for like the butterflies and all that stuff and the bonding. I mean,
remember, I'm not made like that, Janine.
I understand that, but you know what? Wait, even with the 25 questions that you want to ask on the first date, that is not going to skip past the bonding part. That comes with time. So there's only so much you can get down to right off the bat. The rest
of
deal breakers, you're building on it. Certainly ask the deal breaker.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what he's talking about, Janine. Typically, when I'm talking, it's usually the deal breakers, the thing. But then as I grow older, a lot of, like, for instance, if you got a bunch of kids, that's when I'm like, how many babies?
They all grown.
That's what I'm saying. It's different now. So it's been a long time with the dating. So before, because I had such a horrible experience, the first time, like, I'm not dating a guy with any kids under so-and-so, or we got a bunch of different baby mamas, stuff like that, where I knew that I would not entertain that. But I'm like, well, maybe we can be friends and kick it, but then nobody want to be friends and kick, you know. So what I was doing is just, if I liked him, I just didn't even look at him, what Dr. Jose had me do. I just didn't look at the guy. Like this one dude, I didn't look at him as somebody I would date. I didn't even like him like that, but I enjoyed him.
So it opens you up to actually see what's there, rather than coming in with this preconceived notion and bias.
That's what I have to do.
Judging him before you even really met him.
Right. So that's why I talk on the phone. So if I'm on the phone with you and you got good conversation, you know, and let's say you're not someone that I maybe physically attract. Like this guy wasn't even physically attracted to him, but once I got to know him, that he became physically attractive.
Yeah,
that's the word. That's the part I didn't know, y'all. I didn't know that. So I have to credit Dr. Jose Collins with that. Because I went in strictly with what the guy looked like. This dude is nothing like who I would date or anything, but I liked him because he was so transparent and just honest. And it was like, he didn't care. I didn't care. You know, it wasn't like I had to put on makeup and do my hair all the time. You know, it just was nothing was there.
What happened with him?
I told Dr. Hosea Collins that. Make a long story short, he think Janine, you know who I'm talking about. I don't want to say his name on here.
Please don't. Please.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
You know him.
You can bleep it out. You can.
He thought that I dumped him when actually it was not the case. I did not dump him. It was a big. I'm like,
case. I believe that case.
I did not though. I did not.
Well, why would he assume that?
There were some other variables.
Yes, and
in this scenario.
Yes, so it was something that's I don't want to say because then he go like, yeah, it's out of me. So there were some other variables in this scenario. But no, seriously, I was trying to fight for that one, y'all. That's how I know I got it in me. I was like, I wasn't trying to. I really was. I really was. I was trying to fight.
Watch this.
It was kind of like trying to get blood from a turnip.
I got you.
But she was trying.
Watch this. And I want the listeners to catch this. But even with the way you went about it, and you made the right decision, I'm sure, it's not something you just look back and got all these dreadful, regretful memories from.
I don't have not one.
That's what I'm talking about. People have to remove some of this added pressure that they take. See, listen, life is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's not it's a journey. And if you don't learn how to enjoy the journey, you're going to have a miserable life.
Yeah. Yeah. And whenever I was interested in someone, and maybe it's because I was a hopeful romantic, not hopeless, a hopeful romantic. In the back of my mind, I'm always like, I'm very careful about our beginning because we may be looking back on this time. This could work out, right? And I want to have good memories to look back on. So I treasure each stage. And you don't know if it's going to work out, but I don't let someone else's issues stop me from being my true, authentic self. And if I see that you're not digging my true, authentic self, that's a sign for me that I need to take my true, authentic self and keep it
someplace else. Janine, that is so, and that's what I learned. I learned a lot through him. I learned a lot about myself through him. I know that I can love a certain way. I know that I can give without expecting anything in return. When I say and nothing, I mean nothing. I know that I still have a fight in me when it's something that I value. But one of the things that attracted me was the honesty. That's the thing that is just it is what it is. Either you accept me, if he said I got 8 kids, 8 baby mamas, I would love to still see you, Zondra, but this is what that is because he's being honest. That's what's going to attract me. I may be in the back of my mind like, but I still will continue seeing you. Now, maybe it'll change or maybe it won't. But the relationship and the friendship, because at the end of the day, I think I've never had any with my guy friends.
And there's a confidence in that. That level of honesty comes with a great deal of confidence because it's someone that's sure of himself and this is who I am and I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah.
Whether you're of it, if it doesn't fit you, I know who I am. This is what I bring to the table.
Why aren't there more guys like that?
Because they're fearful and they're not confident. See, a lot of guys you meet are arrogant. Let me tell you what arrogance is. Ooh. Arrogance is fake confidence. Arrogance is false confidence. That's really what it is. Arrogant people are the most insecure people you will ever meet in your life.
Wow.
That's the shield they use to try to hide their insecurity. It's arrogant.
A lot of people hate.
It's fake.
Yeah. A lot of people hate dating. Going back to what we're talking about, the dating and so forth. A lot of people hate dating, specifically online, because you meet the representative of the representative when you meet the person. You profile, which is a lie. Then you meet the person in person, and you say, well, this person doesn't look like even the representative that he put in front.
Right.
And you're interacting with them. Then you find out 3-4 months later, it's not even the person that you pretty much that they said that they were.
Yeah. Right.
So I get why people can hate dating on that level. Because It's a whole nother level now. And God bless y'all.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that's
Look,
Oh.
when we talk about this whole journey,
God bless you.
I
It's
can
hard.
honestly say,
it's hard.
and I made a lot
It
of
is.
bad decisions. That's not what I'm saying. I don't regret any of my past relationships because the totality of that journey has given me all of the wisdom and insight and experiences and pain and laughter for what I am now. Like I've learned from it all.
Mhm.
I think it was Nelson Mandela that says, I never lose. I either win or I learn. And
Mhm.
Right.
that's what
You
we
got a
have to do.
t-shirt.
We got to take something from everything. Like, oh man, what's my favorite song? Like right now, I have a lot of right nows. Like my favorite song this week might not be my favorite song next week.
Mhm.
My favorite song right now is Eric Roberson, Lessons. Oh my
Wow.
God.
I can play that.
If you ain't peeped that, that's my favorite song. Boy, that dude, he be get it's setting and for my church folk, no, it's not under the genre gospel, it's R&B song. But dude say, God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Yeah.
And he talked about how I realized that all the people that let me down led me to you. Woo!
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything that I went through led me to you. So I'm appreciative of it. I'm not bitter, I'm better. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
I feel like
That's the
preaching right
truth.
now. I feel
That's
my
the
help
truth.
coming on.
That's a t-shirt. I'm not better. I'm better.
And all the games with the dating, guys, that's another big thing. And I know it's on both ends. It's not just with the men. That's the part that I dislike the most. Is Rick talked about the representative of the representative of the representative. If I can
Ooh.
just come
Yeah.
and just look, of course you're gonna get dressed up and look, but when you meet a guy and I gotta get dressed up. I do not like that. I gotta put makeup on. That's why I'm like, just can I see a picture? I look like my picture. And thank God I do a lot of online stuff, but I don't like doing
I
that.
sent you my headshot. I sent you my headshot.
Look. If you are going into a job interview,
that's what it is.
You're going to put on a suit. You're not just going to say, look at my Facebook picture.
That's
I have a suit.
That's what I want to do.
I just came in my jogging suit today.
That's
or
what
if you're an
dating
actor
is.
and you're going to
I
audition
don't like it.
and you need to come in looking a certain way, you don't come in looking the opposite and say, well, here's a picture.
Right.
You know what the sad part is? And I have, if any of my casting directors, sometimes I actually was going on air as a news reporter with no makeup on. I hate wearing makeup. I hate wearing makeup. I was a news. I know. That's how much I hate. I'm just being honest.
That's part of your job description.
I know, but I hated it. I get my hair done. I hate it. I'm just being honest. I hated it. I like dressing up for, like, if we're going to the Oscars or there's the Emmys. I'm not saying that kind of stuff, but I'm just saying to me, it's like and I know it's the normal, just the getting up and getting prepared, which is why I think I like this guy, because it was yes, I can just be me and just, there was no pressure. There was no nothing. If I could throw a hat on, I could, scarf on my head or whatever. It was not like I had to be made up. That's all, because the real me is jogging suits.
Right. And the real you is fine. But again, if I really want to find somebody, want to be found by somebody, and you telling me that everybody I have to choose from, men are visual, I'm going to find my face and put it on.
Right.
I'm going to find my good hair and put it on.
Watch this, Zondra. Watch this. Think about what you said.
Yes, sir.
You told us that just on sight, this was not a person that you would have normally as found as attractive to what you normally would date.
Right.
Remember that.
I remember.
Now you got to know him and it changed, and you could be yourself and all of this, and you liked it around him. So that means the people that you normally would be attracted to are people that had put in time and effort that he didn't.
You mean as far as the physical?
No, what I'm saying is you can just be as comfortable in dating and being out there as you want to be, but you're probably going to attract someone else who's just as comfortable as you, and that's fine. That is
Oh
fine.
yeah. Oh
Here's
yeah,
where
yeah.
the problem comes. The problem would come that would be hypocritical if you were trying to be your comfortable, no makeup, sweats on, done yourself,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
but you trying to attract Idris Elba or
Oh yeah.
because you gotta meet somebody else that they comfortable self too.
I hear you. I hear you. I've never had that problem. And it could be too. And this is, I guess, where you guys will help me. I don't get up every morning like, okay, looking for somebody. Well, who am I going to attract? I just don't.
And that's fine. But I'm saying, you know, again,
fine.
you have to
I'm not saying you
understand.
But I hear you.
You have to understand the rules of the game, the rules of engagement, right? You have
This
to
is what I'm
understand
saying. I get you. That's
you're
the part I
dealing
don't
with
like. I get you.
visual people. So you want to put your best foot forward. It's like if you're trying to, when people are trying to sell a house or their condo, they do stagings, right? Because they want people to walk in and feel like this could be their home. They don't leave wallpaper peeling and the rug bunched up and dirty dishes in the sink because that's how the house looks normally.
Yeah. You're showing your potential.
Up so you can see it at its best and see the potential.
I think this is where I mess. Maybe this is where I mess up because I've always been on television and I always feel like, well, they can see what I look like when I am made up. That could be my issue or my problem. So it's not like that random. So you already know what I look like made up. That's why for TV, I guess
a lot of actresses and actors do that. You're right. If you see them in the street, you have to double take this. That really
right. Right.
Well,
so you already know. So I'm sorry, Rick.
Could it be? No, it's okay. Could it be? There are a lot of men who like a natural look.
That is true.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they don't want the prosthetics on and the weave, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not knocking it. The point is, rock you, do that. But some men, and I say this, some men in Gen Xers, they like natural. They like natural. So
I get you.
Because without your makeup, you feel that you look a certain way, appealing. Right. So there are men who are going to be appealing to, appeal to that.
Right. So completely get it. That's why I exercise. I keep my physical body. I'm like, I always say, as long as I'm, I would say like a day away from like Oscars ready. So I don't have to go and drop 50 pounds. I have to go and do this. I make sure I keep my facials and keep everything together. So if something comes up, I look really good for him. But he can see what I look like made up. I look like my pictures. So you're not going to ever see me. I have on a mask and I have people who I haven't seen in 20 years call me out, like one dude today. I'm like, so I know I look the same. I haven't been here in Ohio in 20 years, except, Christmas. So I know I look the same with makeup and without makeup on. So that
let me say it like this. At the end of the day, Zondra, it's all about preference. That's really what we're talking about. It's really all about preference, and it's to each his own in regards to that. And the only thing is to just be realistic with yourself, with what you prefer.
Be comfortable.
Also has a preference, and everybody has their preference.
That's good.
But like if we're talking about, I think to put it in perspective, when we're talking about the fact when I go to a car lot and I'm trying to buy a car, they keep the cars real clean and washed up and polished, even though it ain't gonna look like that every day when I buy it, because
come on now,
see it at its potential.
Yes.
What's the potential of it? And because they oftentimes people sell things on potential.
Gotcha. And that's good.
Each his own.
Yeah, but my thing is they see what I look like. If I wasn't on television, then that I would be like, okay, I get it. They don't know what I look like.
Fair enough.
So, okay, guys, we don't
when my wife be like, "You gonna put on the clothes?" They see me on Sunday.
I'm with you, bro.
They see me preach every week. They see me.
Which is the truth. Like we see what you do, how you dress.
Oh look, I'm super comfortable. Like
I know. That's why I said when you mentioned that, it's like I wish it was like that.
T-shirt, slides.
And really, because of what you say, Pastor Rick, a lot. Because one of the things with what you mention a lot is like she maybe not look like how she did, and I've heard guys say that. I've heard so many guys say that you look like one thing when you all made up, and then when they get you home, or they say take her to the pool. I'm like, what you see with Zondra is what you get. I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Seriously, a whole lot. So that's why I've never been attributed to where you got to be.
No, and I may say this real quick. I think a lot of women underestimate themselves when it comes down to that. And I mean that. I sincerely mean that. There are a lot of women that underestimate themselves, just natural beauty.
Yeah.
It goes so far. I'm telling you, it goes so far with the man.
Yeah, no,
I
it
know
goes
her.
so far. That's true.
But keep in mind that we are bombarded with about 7,000 plus messages, images daily, and it's saying your teeth aren't white enough, your hair's not long enough, it's not shiny enough, your skin isn't moisturized enough, your lips aren't full enough, your eyelashes aren't long and fluffy enough, your nails aren't strong enough. And we're bombarded with this. It's on TV, radio, online, it's everywhere. So you don't have time to figure out what your natural beauty is, because all the messaging is that's not whatever enough.
Yeah. And it hurts too. I mean, because you hear the whispers. It hurts because, like what you said, Rick, where I'm telling you so many times, well, I didn't recognize her. Or like this one girl, which I do believe was deceiving. She was kind of heavy, and she had, I guess they have these Spanx where it just gives you an hourglass figure.
Yeah.
And so, she, I'm like, when she took it off, I'm like, man, he gonna see that, and it's deceiving, because she had this like real small waist and just, and I didn't know if you guys knew that or not. It's just like guys where they got the fake beards for you guys and the fake. I didn't even know that existed.
Fake beards?
Yes.
Fake everything.
Yes. It's the same thing.
This is why now I'm finna go take it somewhere else. This is why the world we live in now.
So
If you got the money, all you need is a great personality, a great mind, and somebody you can trust, and they interview you. Because if you got money, how you want them to look? I'm just saying, the world we live in.
That's why we got all these Mr. and Mrs. Potato Heads walking around. All their parts are in a box, and you just go through and put on the lips that you want for today, put on the eyes that you want for today.
Because you don't want me. It's like if you get with me and you like, I've worn my hair short. Zondra, if you just have this guy ask me to grow your hair out long, then maybe bleach your skin. Because I had this guy tell me, you're the darkest girl I ever dated. That's how that made me feel like I was supposed to be part of this special. Yeah, because I was supposed to be a part of this special. He only dated these real beautiful women, and you're the darkest chick I've ever dated.
Last date. I hope it was.
Yes, okay. I didn't know nothing about nothing back then.
Let's not forget this. I think this is important for everybody to know. The most important, still reigning champion characteristic, the most attractive quality that any person, big, small, light, dark, white, black, tall, short, is confidence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really, really confident.
Yes, that is so true.
Wherever you are, however you are, there's something that radiates.
Absolutely.
And it makes people attracted to you. Yes, because
that's the truth.
That's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, what we're talking about, and what Janine makes a great point, all of these messages, I mean, that's 100% accurate, that we're being bombarded with. People are trying to buy confidence.
Right.
I gotta buy confidence. I gotta go to get this sucked out of me, this this added. I'm trying to buy confidence. But when you can nurture that from the inside out, no matter what body type, what skin color, what frame, what anything, you will automatically become more attractive than you've ever been in your life.
Pastor, that is so true.
Absolutely.
Literally. And I may say this, and I'm saying this, voluptuous, maybe to overweight women with confidence. And I've seen them pull.
I told you, Brenda. Yes.
No problem. So when I say, Hosea,
same thing with dudes. I mean, come on. I know some dudes like, man, come on, are you serious?
Yeah.
So confident. I do shit.
Confident.
There's something wrong with her eyes.
Seriously.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
true. It was this one. I ain't gonna mention to my niece. It was this guy, man. He had one cock eye, other way. He had,
Biggie
but
Small.
we would go to them games. Man, I ain't gonna say his name because I said I love for him. He was just hard on the eye, but I liked him. I hung out with him. We used to go to the games together. He was like, Zondra, okay, you drive, I'll pay for da 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 da. We would, I'm like, all right. I really enjoy this company. I would go and hang out at his house. I trusted him, and then we ended up, I don't know what happened, we ended up parting ways. But it was, you're right, he was not attractive, but I love hanging out with him. And I can't say now, I'm like, man, if I come to you to hang out with him, I wonder if we would have ended up hooking up. Because he would always be, trying, but he was.
No. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. But he needs to be real.
I really liked him.
That
take a nap. You can have my bed.
Janine, I'm sorry. Z.
You wake up pregnant.
Yes.
I'm playing, too much.
Yeah.
You guys stop talking because he wouldn't look straight at you.
You stop. You stupid. You stupid.
That's bad. That's bad. That's what I'm going to do. Another thing that I love about my husband, and you want to find this in whoever you're interested in, he looks at me with the same eyes, no matter what I look like.
That's what's
on
up.
our wedding day and on a regular Tuesday.
Yeah.
Whether I got lashes on or not, he looks at me with the same loving eyes. He loves me. And
that's dope.
That sets you on fire.
Right? And that makes me keep it all together and put it all together because I always want him to have something to look at.
Yeah.
Double take, when did you get that? And come here, let me look at it closer.
Right. And I agree. Just that's why I love keeping it together. And, so that part, I want to make sure we can end on this note when you guys are talking about visual. I completely, you're 100% on, because at the end of the day, a lot of women are so ashamed of what they look like in the bed. So they got lights off. And I'm like,
yeah.
He gonna see. It blew my mind when I would hear women talk about that.
Yeah, so Little Kim is 5 shades different, and she talked about the guys that were telling her that she was too dark. Look at
yeah.
Who was that?
Little Kim, the rapper.
That's why she liked her skin, yeah.
But it goes back to self-esteem and confidence and believing in yourself and knowing who you are. And that's why I said about physical, I'm not stupid. I don't get older and gravity sets in, but I do believe in presenting the best product. Now that's my philosophy. Yeah. I don't care how old I'm going to bring the best product to my husband or whomever without hope, I don't have the breast implants. My nieces always talk about, you ain't got no booty. They say that all the time. I'm like, oh, shut up. But just staying as I can because of that. So being who I am, Zondra, I just can't do it. It's just how I'm wired. I can't, if I gotta love me. If you don't,
that's true. No, I
gotta love me the way I look.
100%. You gotta love you. Look,
so,
there are men
you may not like my look.
There are men who love the stretch marks.
I've heard that Cat Williams said that.
That they do.
Hey, what I don't understand, I don't understand men that pump you with babies and talk about your shit. When you fool, you wrote them on there.
Yeah.
You do that. How in the world? What is wrong with you? Yeah. Like I'm tripping. You over 40, you supposed to have stretch marks. What we talking about?
Called face marks, sir.
Look, would you want to compare marks?
Oh gosh. Guys, we gotta wrap this up. This has been so good. We never even got to Janine's tips.
Oh wow.
These are so good. I just want to scream. This was so good. I hope that we were able to help someone out there. Again, like, subscribe, share our videos, send in your letters, betterfliesentertainment at gmail.com or Zondra S. Wilson at yahoo.com. Leave your comments. Let us know how we're doing. We're going to have some contests coming up. If you send your letters in, got some great prizes, so you don't want to miss out. Tell your friends about us. Again, like, subscribe, share. Any final comments? Man, this is so good. We need our radio show. Guys, don't y'all let us know. We need a full 4 hours like the Breakfast Club. Because we cut it off too quick.
Okay, I'll start. Final remarks. What I want to say to everybody out there as it relates to relationship and dating and things of this nature, what you've got to do is first love you. Learn to love you. Fall in love with who God created you to be. Then next, discover your purpose. What does God want for your life? And then next, know where you're headed. Because if you don't know where you're going, how you know what flight to catch?
Yeah.
You don't know who you need if you don't know who you are. Because the more you know about you, the more you'll recognize who fits and who doesn't.
Yes.
Love yourself and enjoy the journey. Have fun, but keep your boundaries. And don't lower your standards to make nobody else comfortable.
Right.
I know that's right.
Amen.
Amen. Pastor Rick, that's good.
Just piggybacking on Pastor Hosea, the scripture lets us know love the Lord with all your heart, mind, and soul. Second to it, love thy neighbor as thyself. The key thing is loving yourself before you can love anyone else. You got to love yourself. And how do you love yourself? You love the Lord with all your heart, mind, and soul.
Right.
It becomes easier to love others because nobody wants to be with a person who is messed up spiritually, mentally, and sometimes physically. So love you in the Lord.
Amen. And finally, sis.
Let's see. You don't always have to ask your friend, your neighbor, your pastor, etc. God put stuff in us. It's our gut feeling.
Yep.
When you know that you're not being treated right.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
You don't need to have everybody else's opinion. It doesn't feel right to you. There's a reason it doesn't feel right. It's so you can do something about it. That something about it may be talking about it or maybe getting out of that situation. But don't sell yourself short. Pay attention to that and honor and love yourself enough to trust that you will be all right if you are alone.
Yeah.
If you're waiting for a whole pair of pants, don't settle for the pocket or the zipper.
Or the cuff. That's good. That's good. All right, everybody. This was so good. All right. Again, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. We love you. Thank you for joining us. And until next time.
Later.
On chips.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.